A lot of people think that I just came up in a rich household and I'm a trust fund baby. I get called that a lot. In reality, my mom was in the military. She was a single mom and she worked a lot.
What's up, guys?
What's up, guys? What's up, guys? I basically did YouTube videos for years without making any money. When I first started, the videos were horrible, and then they slowly got less and less horrible throughout the years. Even then, when I was making money the first few years, it was nothing. It was scraps. You grind and you grind and you grind, year after year after year after year. It definitely does hit you, but I had more reasons than just wanting to be famous or just wanting money. As selfish as it sounds, I like helping people because it just makes me happy. I like seeing their faces light up. I like seeing how excited they get. Nothing is more entertaining than just seeing someone just go from like having a rough day to just going like, what?
Genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you.
It's just what I love. It literally is what makes me happy. When I was 15 years old, I got diagnosed with Crohn's. It was pretty rough. Basically, your intestines are inflamed, and because they're inflamed, you don't process food as well. So if I ate something, it would just go right through me, like literally within a day. And because it's so inflamed, it's like someone's just dragging like a knife across your stomach. So it was super painful.
Jimmy's diagnosis of Crohn's was earth-shattering. The weight loss, the loss of energy, all those facets of Crohn's attacked him really, really bad. And it was a pretty serious situation.
I went from like 180 pounds down to 139. I remember 139 because that was my lowest, which at 6'2" was like a frail little twig. I mean, I barely could get out of bed. I had no energy to do anything. I didn't even want to go to school. And I just hated my life back then. It was really miserable.
Hey, you! Subscribe.
Me being shy and not liking talking and not having much confidence were like such a big obstacle.
I'm just kidding.
But despite that, I still just did it just because I just wanted it so bad.
Have a good day. I don't know. This is my trailer. Kind of sucks.
And I was like, you know what? Like, I don't like talking to people, but I just really like making videos. So as weird as that sounds, so I just got to get used to it because this is just kind of what I enjoy doing. When I first started making content, I definitely did not tell my mom. And that comes back to me just being super shy, and I just didn't know how she would react. So for the first few hundred videos, she had no idea, and she always thought I was just talking to someone in my room.
You know that chick from Twilight that can read minds?
I'd be walking past his room and he'd just be talking to people on the computer.
Well, I'm her cousin, and I can read minds as well.
I thought it was the people he was gaming with. I thought it was baseball friends. I thought it was people from high school. Never, ever did I connect that he was actually doing YouTube videos.
Surprise! One time I was being really loud when filming, and she actually told me, you shouldn't hang out with that person anymore. I was like, yeah, Mom, I'll make sure not to hang out with him anymore. When I first started, I had this really crappy hand-me-down laptop. I think my brother got it for Christmas, and I ended up kind of just like stealing it and using it. I didn't know how to edit. I didn't know how to pace the video. I didn't know how to do anything. I basically had nothing, knew nothing, had no money, and was just like grabbing things and like, we're just gonna try to make this work. That's my keyboard, it's my mouse. That's my green screen. I'm kind of poor, so that's where I set my camera on. It was really rough back then to make content.
I thought going through high school and while he was living in the house that this was just a hobby, this was just a filler of time. It was just an experiment.
In the first few years, I didn't make anything on YouTube because I wasn't in the partner program. To get ads on your videos, you gotta be kind of big. The next few years, it was collecting scraps to buy decent equipment.
Sorry, my hand's shaking.
And the Windows Phone I had, Windows Phone sucked. It was like 480p. It didn't even make sense. It looked like you were rubbing sandpaper on the lens. I had to save up for months to buy a microphone so it would stop making people's ears bleed. This is my Galaxy tablet. It's a piece of crap. And then I had to save up for practically a year to buy a computer that didn't crash when I was editing. And then after that, I managed to convince my mom or my dad, someone, to give me like a used iPhone. And that's when it changed.
See this right here? This describes the old Mr. Beast.
I saw the drive in him come to be when he first started doing the in real life, the IRL videos. So when him and Chris started interacting, that's where I saw the passion come out.
Mom, you left out. You're gonna have a lot of toilet paper and saran wrap.
We should burn this.
The main goal of the channel was to just make people laugh.
Can't wait to ride in this bad car all the way to Raleigh, Jimmy.
Yeah, we're taking the deal.
Oh, man.
Whoa! Dude, a new monitor!
A lot of my earlier videos, they sucked because I just wasn't entertaining back then. I was stupid. Every night before bed, I'd just be like, it sucks. It's a lot of work and I feel like I'm not getting anywhere. But if I just do it long enough, eventually it'll click. Eventually I'll figure it out.
As of right now, I'm enjoying YouTube. Hopefully
I don't know why I had that kind of a mindset at such a young age, but it's just like, I just love it and I just couldn't stop. I've just always felt pulled to it. I don't understand. I don't get it. Just thinking about possibly being a YouTuber one day was enough to keep me happy. I never wanted to go to college. My whole goal in all of high school was to never go to college. I was just like, if I can just make enough money before high school is over, I can just do this. That's where I like doubled, tripled, quadrupled down on YouTube. I'm like, oh, I'm still only making a few bucks a day. Like, we gotta figure this out.
I gave the ultimatum going into that fall. Jimmy, you can stay in the house if you go to school. If you don't go to school, you're gonna have to leave.
So I went, but I just stopped going to classes and I just didn't tell my mom. And I would film videos while I was at college is what I would tell her. But somehow when I got there, maybe I just got a big spark of motivation and went harder. But that's when things actually clicked and like my viewership did start going up quite a bit. This is a table. I'm gonna take these plastic knives. I'm gonna cut all the way through it. So like in that first month of college, I did start making enough money to move out. Probably like $1,000 a month or something. That's when I didn't hesitate. I was like, I'm done, I'm not going. I'm like calling Chris, I'm like, Chris, we're moving in together. He's like, I don't know if I can afford it. I'm like, I got you, I just need to move out. We're gonna be microwaving a microwave.
The moment where I knew he was gonna make it, he had an initial boost in subscribers. It went from like 400 to like 750,000. And then we would see them get millions of views. And I was like, oh, this is where it's at. He's actually starting to make it. Like it was the beginning of all of this.
This is a new weekly series where I'm getting companies to sponsor my videos.
1, 2, 3. All right, so this is where things get fun. My first ever actual brand deal. Basically, this agent manager kind of guy that represents Quid called me and was like, hey, we'll give you $5,000 for a video, which was insane at the time. Just I make a video and I get $5,000. 4, 5.
Jimmy calls me and he's like over the moon, ecstatic. Mom, 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 you're never gonna believe what just happened. Somebody just offered me $5,000 to put an ad on my channel. And I was like, $5,000, that's really, really great. Yeah, I turned it down.
And I remember this vividly because I'm just standing in my driveway and I'm like, no, I want $10,000. And he's like, 5,000. I'm like, no, I want 10,000. I just want to walk out my front door and go give it to a homeless person. And he's like, really? 9, 10.
And I'm shocked. Like, that's your great idea for your first time you're getting a brand deal?
How did it feel handing someone $10,000? Obviously great, seeing his face light up.
These guys are the best, man. These guys are unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I had never heard so much enthusiasm. I had never heard so much heart. I had never heard so much feedback about any video that him and Chris had done from the time. I mean, his heart was changed. And he talked about it over and over and over again about how fulfilling and how awesome it was that he was able to help somebody out and give him the money.
I didn't just want to make money. I think if you have a goal in life, right? If you have something you're aiming for, I think it helps you work those longer hours. It helps you pull those all-nighters because you have something that you want to accomplish, right?
He doesn't care about nice stuff. He never will. Like, he cares about the people's lives that he impacts.